What is going on, you and the tube? This is your boy TruckerB, and we trucking it like always, trying to make this money, trying to make this dough as we roll down this blacktop. Thank you for coming back for this edition of Settlement Friday, where we break down fixed costs, variable costs, and what is going into the business account after taxes, that is. Anyway, guys, as well, we're going to talk about what the other truck is doing as far as revenue. So we're going to get into it next on this edition of Trucking with TruckerB. Do me a quick favor, guys. Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell below so you know when I come out with new videos. And now let's get into it. What is going on, you and the tube? This your boy TruckerB, and we trucking it like always, trying to make this money, trying to make this dough, and we back for another edition of Settlement Friday. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Do me a quick favor before we get started. Remember to like, subscribe, share, hit the bell below so you know when I come out with new videos, and smash that thumbs up button if you like the content, and make sure you share it so other drivers that are coming into the industry have an opportunity to get some insight on the trucking game and the trucking industry, because I'm out here trying to do my best to help all the other drivers that are coming into the industry know what they're getting into if they're deciding they want to go lease or if they want to go company. And this applies for pretty much every company out there, for an exception of a few, but pretty much all the numbers are the same, all the deductions are the same. It's just a matter of how each company arranges the numbers and how they put money over here and put over money over here. But typically, from what I've seen in my 3+ years being out here, almost 4, all the numbers pretty much equal out to being the same. So we're gonna get into it right now, guys. All right, so our first trip was from Tennessee to Tennessee. That trip paid $1,803.69, guys. It was interstate, but it was from one city to another. Paid pretty well. Next trip was Virginia to Atlanta. That trip paid $943.59, ladies and gentlemen, as well as Atlanta to South Carolina. That trip paid $555.83, guys, as well. All right, next trip was Tennessee to Pennsylvania. That trip paid $1,420.63. And the very last trip for the week, guys, closed out our week from Pennsylvania to Virginia. That trip paid $619.01, guys. So total revenue in for the week wasn't a bad week at all. We almost cracked $6,000 to the truck this week. The total was $5,933.50, guys. So that was not a bad week at all. That was probably one of my better weeks in my 3 years being here at, or 2.5 years being here at Prime. We did 2,419 miles, guys. So that wasn't too bad at all. We were rocking it out. Our fleet manager put some decent revenue on the truck as we stayed pretty much in the Northeast and the Southeast, pretty much Southeast regional for the most part. So we can't complain about that week, guys. It was a very good week. Rocked it out. We didn't spend a whole lot in fuel. Well, it's kind of like the average, but 2,419 miles we drove for the week, guys, and the average fuel price that we paid, from my calculations, was $2.45. That took the amount of money that we spent on fuel, or the amount of money that we spent on fuel, and I divided it by the revenue, and that's where I got $2.45. So now we're gonna get into our fuel costs. I'm probably wrong, but hey, I'm here to learn too, just like you are. So next, guys, we're gonna get into what our fuel cost was for the week, and then the big thing at the very end, like always, what's going into the business account after that oh so elusive tax man takes his cut. Stay tuned, guys. All right, YouTube. So for those of you guys that are over here at Prime or that are thinking about coming over here to Prime, there are a few things that you might want to get an understanding so that you're not left out here being like, what the heck is this? Am I going to do now? So, Prime is a pretty big company, pretty good company, and they get some pretty nice discounts as far as fuel, that is. And there's specific places that you can go, Love's, TA, Petrol, you know, Flying J, any of those places to get pretty decent fuel. So right now, our fuel cost for the week was $1,210.21 Now guys, I use my Macro 27 every now and again. I've been out here running for Prime for 2.5 years, almost 3 years. And in this 2.5, 3 years, I've kind of got an understanding where cheap fuel is. Now, I'm not going to say I know where all cheap fuel is, but I have an understanding where some of the cheapest fuel that you can get will be. So, you know, if you're going up into Pennsylvania, the average driver, or for you new guys that are coming into this trade, you might want to get fuel in Ohio to get through Pennsylvania to get back, because the fuel price in Pennsylvania typically is a little higher than what it is in Ohio as far as the taxes. So, we spent $1,210.21. Our Macro 27 discount came out to $212.68, guys. So on your Qualcomm, just scroll down to Macro 27, click it, put where your fuel is, push it, and it will give you the best fuel cost within your route. It's supposed to. Sometimes it may have you go out of route to get the best fuel, but then that's when you open up your app, look at the little top right hand corner. It tells you fuel that gives you the fuel, the optimizer kind of thing. It tells you where the cheapest fuel is. You can look on the map and see where the cheapest fuel is. You can do that. So my fuel cost for the week total, after discounts and reefer and DEF and all of that, my total fuel cost was $1,092.18, guys. So it wasn't too bad, you know. I tried to keep it under $1,000, but hey, we was running. We had to sit a little bit. You know, shippers and receivers don't really care too much about us drivers. Some do, some don't. But hey, it is what it is. So in my previous statement, like I was saying, guys, I took my total revenue, divided it by miles, and then when I had my miles, it came out to $2.45. I said that it was fuel. I apologize. I was talking about this segment first. So we were running, as far as revenue, we were averaging $2.45 per mile is what we were averaging when we were running. That was not before fuel costs. That was just what we were averaging. Then you'll take in what we were actually spending on fuel next, well, which is now. So our next segment, guys, is the best one of all. And that's where we talk about what our total revenue was, what our deduction was, what our fuel cost was, and then what is going into the business account before we pay our elusive tax man. So we got to pay the tax man, then we get to decide what the business is going to make, and then what we're going to pay ourselves. And then we'll go into our next segment, which is talking about the other truck that we got running out here too, to see what the numbers look like. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Next segment, guys, is the best segment of all: what went into the business account. So I'll be right back with you. Stay tuned. Alright, YouTube, so the best part of waking up is money in your bank. Right. Ooh, click. Anyway, guys, alright, so revenue to the truck was $5,933.50. Deductions that we had was $3,060.63, which came out to a total of $2,872.87. We also have our e-fund that we put money into every week, just in case we want to go on that old so elusive home time. That comes in handy. In most cases, comes in handy. So we add that back in. That's $385 that I throw over there to my emergency fund. So that brings out my total to $3,257.87. Now, out of that $3,257.87, you want to pay your 20% in taxes. So after that, guys, that's really it. we make some decent bread, make some decent money, and we do what we go about our business. But that's pretty much it, guys. Next segment we're going to talk about is what the other truck was doing for the week, and we'll get into the deductions that the other truck had. We're still in the startup cost phase of this, but then after that startup phase, prayerfully, we will start seeing some really decent revenue and money from our hard work that we put in and that saving. So we're going to talk about the revenue for the next truck next, guys. All right, guys, so now we get to talk about our recent investment and see how it's coming along. All right, so that truck, the other truck did its first trip was North Carolina to Arkansas. That trip paid $2,464. That second truck did a trip from Arkansas to Pennsylvania. That trip paid $3,256. The third trip that truck did Georgia to Pennsylvania, it did $2,112. Total revenue to that truck was $7,832, guys. So that second truck was busting ass, taking names, running up and down that blacktop, sucking up all the money off the blacktop. I think of the blacktop like a blacktop of like money, so I guess you could call it like the money trail, maybe. Anyway, guys, so that truck did $7,832 in revenue. It was busting ass, taking names. Now we're going to get into the oh so elusive stuff that I can't stand, but hey, it's a startup. You got to do what you got to do. You got to pay your dues. You got to get bent over a little bit, but then after that, you start doing the bending over. So we're going to talk about the deductions next, guys. All right, guys, so with this company that we got the truck at, we started off fairly recent, and they told us what our deductions were, and I was aware of some of the other deductions, but there was two that surprised me. And when I tell you that they surprised me, they surprised me. I was aware of one of them. One of my buddies told me about it, and I was like, oh, okay, but I wasn't aware of the other one. So we're gonna go through it here, and you'll see why I got surprised. So, in purchasing this truck, guys, we brought it up to this company in Chicago and got our plates from them. They had a plate program. So, got the plates from them. Nowhere in the documentation did I see that there was a registration fee if they got the plates. They didn't say anything to me about it. I didn't see it in the documentation. Maybe I just missed it. I know numbers normally stick out to me. I just didn't see it. So we get to keep the plates when we leave, if we leave, depending, because it's actually pretty good over here. So here's the breakdown, and you'll see why I was like grabbing some stuff, like, oh God, because it was like nut check time. So registration, $2,500. Then you got your normal cargo insurance, which was $300. Then you got your trailer rental, which was another $300. Then you got your trailer deposit. Now, it's like an escrow. You get that back, things of that nature. It's only up to $1,500. That's another $300. Then you got another escrow. The escrow for this one is up to $2,500. So if you have a breakdown with your truck or you need help or anything like that, they have that money there to help you while you're on the road. They get some discounts and stuff like that. That's another $300. Then you have your ELD, which is $50. And then you have your service fee, which is $14. So they took out of your boy $3,764. You remember from the beginning, deductions kind of see about the same from company to company starting out. Just FYI. No, registration fee, won't have that again. So that's $2,500 that would have went back into the business. So it would have been decent. We would have had a decent week. So, $3,764 in deductions is what came out of that truck last week. That truck did 2,704 miles. Kind of see the difference there between me and the other truck? So, the total fuel cost, they don't have a Macro 27. Now, I am in the process of getting my own fuel card. so I do get some type of discount, so that fuel bill will come down a little bit. But the fuel bill for that truck was $1,562.29. So the total to the business account for that week was $2,505.71. 20% in taxes that has to be paid, which was $501. So total to the business as far as profit for the week was $2,004 for the week, guys. So that will conclude Settlement Friday, guys. I will get into what the fixed cost for that truck is, and later on exactly where I got it from, things of that nature later down the road as we start getting farther and farther into this blacktop journey. Remember, like I said in the beginning, guys, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell below so you know when I come out with new videos. As you can see, some of my ups and some of my downs, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indignant. Remember to hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, and share this video with your friends so they can get peep game on what's going on out here in the blacktop, because you know what? Trucking is the new hustle. If you ain't got a CDL, get it. If you want to come to Prime and you want to get on your grind and get this money, because Prime is like my boy driver lineup is saying, Prime is giving out stimulus checks like crazy. And all you got to do is a little driving. And you get to see the world all over the place. Texas to California to Wyoming to Maine to Washington to Florida. You go all over the country. And you get to do it for free. You get paid for it. Yeah, you gotta do a little backing, you gotta worry about the little four-wheelers, all of that. But in the end, it's a great job. So if you wanna come to Prime and you wanna show your boy some love, and I influenced you and gave you the opportunity, the idea to come over here and be a lease operator or go company, take down TAYLWA, that gives you the opportunity to say that I helped you in your decision to come over here to Prime. Got a great training program. We'll get you in the seat and get you to getting them stimulus checks consistently every week. Go from $30,000 to $125,000. Go from $30,000 to $100,000. Put some commas in your check. Put some commas in your bank. Remember to be blessed, less stress. Keep the left door closed, the right foot down, only when it's safe, guys. And like I always say, guys, I will see you on the blacktop. Safe trucking. Thanks for watching. Be blessed to you and yours. Safe travels, guys. See you next time. Yeah, man.